Good morning, world. This is One Nation Under, and this is my first vlog. So this is going to be a little bit rocky and possibly a little interesting. Um, Took a shower for you this morning because my hair sticks up, and frankly, I look like The Walking Dead when I wake up, and you don't want to see that. It's not good. My cup, it says, "I do what she says." It might look backwards to you guys. Sorry about that. But anyways, you get married, you'll understand. It's very good coffee. All right, so I actually have a list because this is my first vlog of things that I want to talk about. Again, it's probably backwards to you guys, but if you're not reading it, I am. So if you see me looking down a little bit, that is why. I would like to talk a little bit, or a lot of it, about California. This is my home state, and I love California. The people in it, I wish were a little nicer, a little bit more friendly, but that's okay. We can work on that. So I believe that California is slowly but surely sliding off into the deep blue, the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. We are sliding off into the Pacific Ocean. We probably have, the way we're going, we probably have another 5 years left until reversing it will be an act of God. If everybody remembers the Cal Exit movement, saw a lot of people posting about it on Facebook, videos. So they wanted to secede from California. Great idea, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. That's not something that you do when, number one, you're the sixth largest economy in the world, so you have a lot of pull. Number two, that being said, you're in a lot of debt, California. A lot of debt. It's going to take a long time to get out. Jerry Brown is part of the reason why you're in debt, but so is Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was a mistake. I don't think I voted for him, and if I did, I'm sorry. Jerry Brown's also a mistake sitting up in Sacramento. Who knows what he's smoking, or maybe he's actually on life support and someone else is signing stuff for him. We don't know. But what are you doing, Jerry Brown? What are you doing to this beautiful state? You are ruining it. I know that we want to see California be the entrepreneur of renewable energy, and that's fantastic. That will probably happen, but we're just not ready for it. And to force people and money in that direction when we're not ready for it is completely wrong. And just recently, California had a really bad drought. Really bad. To where you were paying premiums on your water bill if you use too much water. They would charge you more. The reason why that happened is about 17 years ago, California and Sacramento had a decision to make on how many reservoirs they were going to build. How many do you think they chose to build? Actually, some money went towards building those, but they never got built. So where did that money go? I don't know. Different story. Anyways, California's out of a drought. Good job, California. Thank you, God, for the rain. But my car's dirty. So Nancy Pelosi, a couple of our representatives from California, don't even know what year it is. What are you doing, Nancy? Maxine, what are you doing? There's just a couple of them. We have a few bad representatives. And I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican. So I'm not just picking on the Democrats or the Republicans. California is more Democratic than Republican when it comes to representatives. I think it needs to be more partisan, to be honest with you. But back to Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters. What are you doing? You don't know what year it is. Who knows what you're smoking? Maybe you're smoking it with Jerry Brown. But the things that come out of your mouth are appalling, and most of the time they don't make any sense or don't have any merit. It's pretty awful to watch, to be honest. Stop. Who's voting for these people? Stop voting for these people. term limits. Get them out of there. We need new and fresh ideas here in California. We don't need the old Sacramento, Washington antics that have been going on for the last 50 years. California went from the gold rush, everybody wanted to be here, to we actually have companies leaving California for other states because it's cheaper to operate a company there. That's not what we want. We have residents leaving California to other states because it's cheaper to own a house over there, drive a car over there, feed your kids over there. It's just cheaper all around to live in another state. And a lot of you are probably saying, oh, if you don't like California, get out. More room for me. Well, that's not good for California. We went from gold rush to now we run the nation's technology out of Silicon Valley. We are a state of ideas and a state of entrepreneurs, and it's fantastic to watch this stuff happen. But what's not fantastic is to see these factories closed and people out of work because of regulations. So let's skip over to attorney generals. We have the former Attorney General Kamala Harris, or Camila Harris, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. She's actually being sued in San Diego. She prevented a health insurance company from buying another health insurance company, all because SEIU told her to. Now, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump. A little bit more information on that is SEIU gave money to her campaign a while ago, and then they were upset that this insurance company was buying the other insurance company because that would put some of the SEIU workers out of a job or possibly change their contract. And so they told Kamala Harris, hey, remember that one time I gave you money for your campaign and our union workers voted for you? You should probably stop that company from buying that other company. That's called special interest. That could actually be against the law, depending on how you do it, and if you're exposed. So, Kamala, good luck. Javier Becerra, recently, they had a case against Planned Parenthood. They had a case against a media company because they exposed Planned Parenthood for making deals to sell baby parts for profit. Research, depending on who you ask. But we all know what's really happening. Regardless if you're for or against abortion, selling baby parts to other companies for profit is, number one, it's against the law. And number two, it's morally wrong. No matter what side of the aisle you stand on for or against abortion, it is morally wrong to sell body parts for profit. Don't do it. Don't sell your kidney. It's not that serious. But anyways, Javier pressed charges and against this media company for doing undercover videos and exposing Planned Parenthood. Well, Javier received some money from, who you guess? Planned Parenthood. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Another one in office getting deals from special interest groups. It's fantastic. That's not how I want my state ran. Now we have, for the governor's race, we have John Cox sticking his head out. He's a businessman from San Diego. Nobody knows really who he is. Maybe he thought, oh, Donald Trump was a businessman and he won the White House. I can do it in California. Unless you come up with some new ideas and actual solutions on a bipartisan scale, you will not win California. We need to talk about the gas tax. That's a problem. But we need solutions. How are you going to fix it? What are you going to do to make it more affordable for people to live here in California? We have one of the highest tuition fees in the country, and that's not okay. How can we educate our children? How can we educate our pupils if they can't afford to go to college? Now, am I saying free college? No, I'm not saying free college, because then you have to raise taxes. But what I am saying is you can make it way more affordable than it actually is. So we need solutions here in California, and what are those solutions? I have a few in mind, but I'm also not running for any political position right now, so all I can do is vote. Now let's move on to the federal government. Those guys are knights in shining armor. The Affordable Health Care Act was passed through the House. Now, it was just passed through the House. It hasn't passed through the Senate yet. I'm not sure when they're going to vote on it, but they're pretty confident it's going to pass through the Senate. Obamacare was a $200 billion mistake. The Affordable Health Care Act, that is an $8 billion mistake. It does not repeal, it does not replace Obamacare in any way, shape, or form. What it does is it amends some of the laws that were written into Obamacare, which some of the amendments are good, and some of them are not so good. Let's talk about one of the semi-good ones. It could be good, it could be really bad, depending on where you live, is the pre-existing conditions waivers. It is written into the Affordable Health Care Act that the states can decide what kind of coverage people get for pre-existing conditions. Now, I've seen a lot of Facebook videos and things like that about how people are very upset that maybe the GOP or the Republicans don't care about pregnant women and babies with heart problems and things that are considered pre-existing conditions. Well, newsflash, the Republicans in the House and the federal government does not decide what a pre-existing condition is. That's your health insurance company. You need to reform how they deal with patients and what they deem as a pre-existing conditions. Now, what this waiver does is the federal government will give the states money to help insurance companies be able to afford covering the pre-existing condition patients. It's pretty good. It's not a lot of money that they're forking over, but again, it's giving power back to the states, and I totally believe in that. I don't think the federal government should be running our healthcare. I think it's a state problem, and it needs to go to the states. It needs to be voted on in the states because every state is different. You can't take one example of healthcare and spread it across all 50 states. It's just not going to work. They're run differently. They have different demographics. Like a state like California is mainly younger people. So having younger people pay, a certain amount of money as people from, I don't know, Tennessee or Nebraska, it's just not good. That's all I have for now. I will see you guys again next week, or maybe you guys like my vlogs better, you like my face better than like my typing, even though my typing's a lot better looking. But maybe I'll do another vlog next Saturday. I may write a couple posts during the week, depending on what happens. Hopefully California in that time does not slide off into the ocean. All right. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.